Here with UMHB head men's basketball coach Clif Carroll. UMHB pulls out the 93-80 win over Sul Ross State. Goes 3-0 on the week. You guys beat Texas State, Howard Payne, and Sul Ross State. Coach, just what were your thoughts on the way this one played out? A lot of three-point shooting. You guys end up shooting 14 of 27 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, just kind of the way our defense is set up, and they're kind of a mirror of us a little bit, so, he actually played for me and was my assistant coach, so, the strength of our defenses is taking away paint stuff, so, you kind of knew both teams running the same style defense, we're going to be putting up a bunch of threes. We tried to really focus in on getting paint points, and I think we did a great job of really establishing inside before we went to shooting a bunch of threes. And when we do that, we shoot a good percentage. So, today we're over 50% again from three. That's pretty good.
Absolutely, and you guys opened that second half on a 9-3 run, I believe it was. Kind of got a little bit of separation there, and just, you guys obviously led by 13 at the half. How important, though, was it to come out in the second half with that kind of similar intensity, at least in the opening minutes, being that Sul Ross State was shooting the ball relatively well from beyond the arc?
Yeah, we always tell ourselves that, teams kind of, to really compete with us, have to shoot it well. If you don't, because we're going to take away point paints and we're going to rebound and do some of those things, like if you don't shoot it well, you're not going to have a chance to win, right? So, teams going to come out and give their best effort, and I call it survival mode. It's not really survival mode, but it's what teams kind of get into. So, teams going to shoot well against us. I mean, and that's kind of what we're making them do. We're making them make shots. So we feel like as long as we're guarding the rim, we're going to be okay. We'll get enough closeouts. We'll get the stops that we need to get. And then, at the end of the games when we have to really shut down a three, like we can switch our defenses and kind of do some things. But yeah, they shot the ball well, man. They did a good job. X does a good job, man. He had them ready to go.
Absolutely. Y'all turned it over just 10 times, too, and really took care of the ball. That has to be a positive for you guys as a coaching staff whenever you guys can keep those turnovers to a minimum.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Howard Payne, we dominated defensively, but it didn't look like a great defensive effort in the second half because we were giving live ball turnovers for layups, so, we're the kind of team, we're going to spread it out, we're going to pass the ball, we're going to take some chances with it, we're going to try to hit cutters and things like that, and, these passes that are just like, away from the defense, away from the rim, we really want to attack with our passes, so, we tend to turn it over a little bit sometimes. We also over dribble a little bit, so when we can keep it at 10, we're going to be dangerous.
And last one for you, I got two more for you, but one of the things that we kind of saw throughout this week, you guys have a lot of balance in the scoring. I know Josiah and Ty really tend to, draw a lot of headlines, but you have such balance in terms of your offense. How important is that, and the guys who are scoring, 6 points here, 7 points there, to keeping those defenses balanced and not keying on one or two guys?
I mean, it's been clear, that teams have really tried to focus in on Joe and Ty this year, and then all of a sudden you get Gibson Hearn, stepping on, he had 13 tonight, and it's always funny when Gibson makes a shot or does something, the opposing coach looks down at me like, what do we do now, so, yeah, those guys are key. We have a lot of guys that could, potentially average 20 points a game, but that's not their role here. The role here is to be an ancillary guy and a role guy, and when your number's called, be ready to score. So we have a lot of guys that can really do that. We got guys that can shoot it. We got guys that can get to the rim, and yeah, a lot of offensive balance, a lot of versatility offensively, and it makes us a very dangerous team.
No doubt. And last one for you as we head into this next week. You guys, still have 2 games left on your schedule before Christmas. You play Linfield and Whitworth. 2 pretty big games for y'all, especially the Whitworth game. You guys go 3-0 this week. How important is it to kind of parlay that momentum into next week?
Yeah, we had such a stop and start to our season, where we're going out there, we're playing 3 games in 4 days, and all of a sudden we take 3 weeks off, and then it's like, all right, we get 1 game this week and 2 games, and then we're on the road, and it's just like, we just haven't really felt any kind of rhythm, and basketball teams are very rhythmic, like, not just during games, but like outside of games, like they want to show up at practice at the same time and get their shots up at the same time. It's very kind of creatures of habit, but very rhythmic. So, you know, having to start and start the season was tough on us. You know, it really was, and it kind of threw us off. We didn't have very good. I mean, we just didn't play well at Concordia, you know, and the effort wasn't there. And then, you know, East Texas, we just didn't play well enough, you know. And so now, hopefully, we're kind of feeling a little bit of rhythm and kind of get that good feeling. So going on the road, you know, we're gonna face a little adversity. We got to leave really early from the airport. You know, we're gonna get there. It's gonna be like 8 degrees, you know, and some of these guys just, you know, they walk around in their sandals all the time. Out here, you know, we think getting down into the high 30s is cold, man. 8 degrees is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
So, you know, just get down there and kind of fighting through that adversity and just getting a different feel of a different gym and you know, having to play different style of teams, and it's going to be very high leverage games. I mean, we need these 2 games when it comes down to regional rankings and things like that. Getting head-to-head wins against other opponents in our region and other conferences in our region is huge. So, so it's very, very important games. You know, games that we're going to be focused in on, and it is what it is. Like those last couple games before Christmas, guys get a little homesick. You know, like their families back home, you know, on the 19th, and they're watching bowl games and barbecuing or whatever people do for Christmas, you know, and we're out in Spokane, so we got to stay focused. You know, we got to stay focused. We got to finish these last 2 games, and we'll take a couple days off for Christmas and enjoy it, and then you know, get back to our classics. So yeah, huge week of travel. You know, dealing with the cold, going out and playing two good teams. You know, hopefully we can keep our momentum going into Christmas.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
All right.